All right. Good morning, everyone. Dr. FJ. We got a question here. I'm gonna have a few others that came. But here we go. We'll get right into it. So if you know you're not going to get enough new patients to support associate and going to make enough money to pay them what is planned next to bring someone into your office to allow you to take more time off and keep chiropractic mojo going. Being out 30 years and love it, but like to have someone in the office too. Yeah, of course. So you can take some time off. Independent contractor in that situation might be a good option if you're in a bigger city, LA, Chicago. There are options for that. So they just basically pay you to use your office, and then you can pay them only when you're off to take care of people. So you actually start generating revenue if you have the space. So an independent contractor in these situations is lots of times a really nice option. Um, for that. And you figure out whatever you want to do. You take off 6 weeks a year or eight, and then you just pay them for that week, or you can just pay them per patient they've seen. You can do that a few different ways, and we could talk about that more. But an independent contractor in that situation would be a good option. Or you got to just increase new patients or increase your plans, increase what you're charging, add a niche, something like that to increase revenue so you can pay for an associate. Um, but in this situation, you're 30 years in, you're having fun, but you're kind of moving into the next phase. You may not want to go gangbusters on, getting more new patients in because there's going to be probably a 6 month lag where you're going to be working a lot more. You're going to make more money, but you're working a lot more. And if you're 30 years in, that may not be the priority for you at this point. So I would go independent contractor in this situation. I think would be a nice option if you have the space. If you have the space. And you can even work around that too, depending on what hours you're working. They can just work different hours or something, but they're paying you to use your front desk and use different things. Um, and you have no idea how long they're going to stay, that kind of stuff. I mean, you could do some kind of contract, and we've had some people. I've never done an independent contractor. I've always had associates, but I know there's plenty of docs who have, especially in the bigger cities where there's more expensive. I mean, people want to live, but it's also more expensive, so it's a nice way to start. In LA or Chicago or those bigger cities, it's nice to start as an independent contractor. So you're reducing your risk and reducing what you have to make right away. So that would be my go-to in that situation is look at potentially doing an independent contractor. Um, and then you just pay them only when you're off to keep seeing people. You probably aren't going to make money, but if you're used to taking off X amount of years and just going black and seeing no one, having someone see people in that area, you'll probably break even. And you might make a little bit more money than you did um, before when you would just take time off and go black and make nothing. So it probably, I would guess, either be a net neutral or a net positive in that situation. And of course, the only other way situation is just see more people, get more new patients. So do some new marketing you haven't done, increase your plans, increase your fees, or add a niche or something like that to generate more revenue so that you can pay for an associate. Um, so yeah, that I hope that answers the question. A little more information might I could maybe help you a little more, but yeah, just let me know. Um, and then if you have any other questions on top of that, just let me know. We can talk about it next month or we can talk sooner. But I think, yeah, look at an independent contractor depending on where you're at. And that'd probably be a pretty nice way to work your way in. Uh, and go from there. Okay. So I appreciate the question. Let me know if you have more questions. You probably will on top of that. The only other things, um, talked about this a lot at the last seminar, React plans. I think a lot of people leave a lot of money on the table with React plans. They just come back in, they've been out, over 3 years, over 5 years, and they just get one adjustment, like, all right, come back when you want. It's much easier to say give away an x-ray for free, and you can even, do a weekly blog, and all you have to do is go into ChatGPT or Grok and just say, what are the top 5 benefits of weightlifting? And then boom, take that, tweak it around a little bit so it's in your voice, take you 5 minutes, send that out, and then put PS. If you've been out over 3 years or 5 years, depending how long you're practicing, you think about coming in, we'll do a complimentary x-ray to see exactly where you're at right now and allow our adjustments to be as precise as possible. So give away an x-ray, who cares? Do a progress report. So just do a little short ROF and offer them, some kind of plan, depending on what kind of shape they're in, how long they've been out. If they 5 years ago did a full corrective care plan and were pretty regular for a while, then you probably do a smaller plan, like 14 to 16 visits. Like, let's see you regular again for a little bit, but you did a lot of care not that long ago. If they, 8 years ago came in twice, then you're going to do more of a full-on plan. So whatever, 20, 24, 30, 36 visits, 12 weeks, x-rays, therapies, everything. And you're going to do more of a full plan. But React plans are really important, and a lot of people leave money. And that little PS in the email, it's amazing. It does work. It'll bring people in they like the complimentary x-rays, and then you do a little progress report. You set them up on a plan. Everybody wins. They get better results. They follow through better, and you get more revenue. Win, 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 win. And then use email marketing. It's a nice way you can highlight a supplement. You can increase supplement sales a little bit. Any new services you're offering, if you're offering stem wave or you're offering laser, or you're offering other revenue generators, that's a nice way to market it and sell it. And then make sure you're starting to use AI. I feel like you don't want to miss this. Get on it. Use ChatGPT or Grok. There's a lot of available tools. I'd start with just that and use it to learn. And you can literally, it'll teach you anything. It's unbelievable. And then also make sure you're being good with regular content. I had some questions about this. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just whatever raffle you're doing, let people do an adjusting video, get in the raffle. So I just gave away a couple meat bundles from a regenerative farm in Wisconsin. Get a few adjusting videos, and then you can just chop. You only need 4 or 5 videos, and you can just chop those up and don't overthink it. 10, 15, 20 seconds, mid-back mobilization, neck adjustment, the low back, um, adjustment, whatever techniques you're doing, how you want to explain it, just real simple, real quick, doesn't have to be fancy. And those are always the ones that get the most views for me anyways. So start using AI, be good with your regular organic content. I promise you'll get more referrals and more reacts if you do that. Then do the React plans and leverage email marketing. I would make sure you have a new patient special in the PS, like PS, if you know anyone who's suffering that you think could benefit from our office, we have our $17 new patient special or our $7 friends and family special. Whatever it is, I don't care. Bring them in. And then have like PPS. If you've been out of the office over 3 years, you can come in for complimentary x-rays and we'll do a progress report and we'll see where you're at and go from there. And I promise you, then you do another plan and it'll all add up and you'll help more people and you'll make more money. Win, 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 win. So that's it for today. I appreciate you asking the question. And yeah, let me know. There'll probably be more questions. So let me know and we can cover it more in depth in the future. So thanks everyone. Have a great day and keep charging.